Yo, what's going on, fam? It's your boy, Anthony O'Neal. Welcome back to the table, where today I'm doing something actually a little bit funky, a little bit different. I want to have a one-on-one conversation with you all today because, you know, back when I was in my 20s, I really wish somebody sat down with me and said, hey, yo, this is what you need to do while you're in your 20s and while you're in your 30s to set yourself up to win in your late 40s, 50s, and retire strong in your 60s and 70s. So today, I want to give you 20 things to do in your 20s and 30s. But today on this video, I'm only going to give you 5, okay? I'm only going to give you 5. And if you want to get the rest, the full list of the 20 things you need to be doing right now to gain success, I want you to text 20 things, 20 things, 20 things, THINGS, to 33789, 33789. Did you know that a recent study came out by The Insider and by Morning Consult saying that 70% of millennials have a savings account? But check this out. 58% of them have a balance under $5,000. Let me say this one more time. So 70%, the majority of young people in their 20s and in their 30s have a savings account, but they do not even have $5,000 in their savings account. $5,000. Nearly 80% of them are not even investing into their future via a 401k or a Roth IRA. And so there's a lot of things I can cover about money, where the 5 things I'm going to cover today are really not going to be about money. I'm going to set you up with the mindset, but the full list does cover money. So again, text 20 things to 33789, and I'm going to drop that in the link below. But let's jump straight into it. Here's the very first thing, that if you're really going to be successful, all of my millionaire friends, all of my pastor advisors, all of my mentors, this is one thing that I see in common with all of them. All of them have a clear vision. That's right. You have to develop a clear vision for your life. So just recently, a lot of you all who've been following me have been asking me a bunch of questions. Anthony, you sold your car. Anthony, you sold your house. Anthony, you about to sell your dog. Just playing. I'm not selling Daisy. That's my girl. You sold a lot of things. Why? Like, you're debt free. You can do what you want to do. You're absolutely right. But let me tell you my ultimate vision. My mom and my other father, when I say other father, legally the term is stepfather, but he's every bit of a father. So I don't want to call him stepfather. I just call him my other father. They eloped. They got married and didn't have a wedding. They never went on a honeymoon. They moved into a very small apartment, and I grew up watching them struggle. I grew up watching them just having some hard conversations around money. We didn't really take family vacations. To this day, my parents have only been out of the country one time. And that's because my siblings and I, we paid for them to go outside of the country. My mom worked 3 jobs. And I told myself, I don't want that. This is the left side. I want to be on the far right side of that. So why did I sell anything? Let me tell you why. Because my vision is, when I do find my wife, I can build her dream house. When I do have a family, I can move them into a beautiful home. So I'm sacrificing everything that I really, really, really want right now, so that way I can tell my future wife and my future kids, absolutely yes. And so what I want you to do today is be like me. What can you sacrifice today so you can really go after the big vision, the big picture God has for you? What is that deep why? Well, what is deep down inside of you that will really push you to get out of debt, that will really push you to start that business, that will really push you? What is that vision that is so down the road that you're willing to sacrifice for today that will create a huge tomorrow? Every successful person I know have a clear vision. Their clear vision keeps them on the correct path. Got to have a vision, y'all. Number 2, here's another one that's not as popular, but I'm going to go there. Your boy's going to go there. Some of y'all be asking me questions. Why are you doing this? Why are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Number 2, pay attention to your mental health. Yeah, I said it. Pay attention to your mental health. Told you all. few years back in one of my most recent videos. And if you follow me, I'm always saying this, something that one of my big brothers gave me, to mind your business, because your mind is a business. What you put in your mind is what will come out of not just your mind, but also out of your mouth. Right now, this right here is your number one asset. And you are the only person who can control this. This thing can make you money or it can cost you money. This thing could make your life better or it can make your life not as good. This mind of yours is only as strong as you make it. One of the greatest things that I've done recently when it comes to my mind is seeing a counselor. It's seeing a therapist. Some would say I've established a level of success, and it's great. Every single day I'm working with people. But let me be real with you. Also, every single day I got people telling me what I should do, what I shouldn't do, what I suck at, how I should look, how I should talk. I have a lot of people coming at me, and I'm also giving a lot out. So every now and then I need to go to a place that I can just say, you know what, here's what I'm feeling, here's what I'm thinking, and just be honest with someone. So that individual, my therapist, can really help me process things. Well, why did this offend you? Or why do you feel hurt by this? Or when one of your coworkers said this, how did you really feel about that? And how can we look at this differently? Or wait a minute, Anthony, was it their fault or was it your fault? What I really want to do and what I really want to advise you is I can teach you how to budget. I can teach you how to make a lot of money. I can teach you everything you need to know about really how to get out of debt and how to build wealth. But if I can help you get a clear vision and make sure that where your vision is sitting in your mind is not clear and it is not healthy and it is not productive, it doesn't mean anything. You don't want to go see a therapist when you have to see a therapist. No, you want to go see a counselor. You want to go talk to someone before you even need them. So this way, you're moving forward. I'm going to be honest with you. Seeing my counselor has helped me so much that when something is said about me, when someone does come up to me and I feel somewhat attacked, I'm actually going back to what my therapist, what my counselor taught me. Anthony, do a deep dive. Ask yourself, why is this offending you? Ask yourself, how are you really feeling? Ask yourself these set of questions to help you process things. And I've been able to actually have intelligent and wise conversations with people because of what I've learned from my counselor. I don't care if you're 19, I don't care if you're 25, I don't care if you're 45, if you're watching this. See a counselor, and I promise you, you will be successful. After you have a clear vision, which is number one. Number two, after you start taking care of your mental health, I really want you to develop quality relationships. Now listen to me. Listen to me. We hear this often. We hear this often. All right. I believe in having quality relationships, not a lot of relationships. So I would prefer you to have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Everyone who is surrounded by me, as far as in my personal close circle, they are so valuable to me. I need their relationship because they hold me accountable in certain areas. They help me get closer to my goals. When I started making this huge shift of things, man, they started praying for me. They started sending me encouraging scriptures. They started sending me encouraging words. Even one of my friends said, yo, you convicted me. I'm doing the exact same thing. And honestly, one of my good friends, who's actually my realtor, he was like, yo, you convicted me, bro. I'm about to do the same thing for my family. You see, me and my friends are so quality. We have such a great relationship together that, you know what? Listen, we're going somewhere together. If you're sitting around and all of you and your friends doing just gossiping about somebody, y'all are whack. If you're just sitting there and talking about what's happening on TV or the latest show, get you a life. If you sit here and you really want to build something, when my friends come around me and we get around the house, we go out there and we may get a drink at the bar one day or just sit down and get something to eat. But we talking about, hey, how can we get this money? How do we grow spiritually? Yo, you're married. How are you and your wife? How are you and your spouse? How can we pray for you? We hardly talk about the latest TV show, and we don't care about what she said or what he said. We don't care about what they said on social media. No, we're like, no, how do we build our wealth? No, how do we grow closer to God? Hey, how do we give back to the community? What can we do together as one squad to impact the community while impacting our family? If you have a lot of people around you and they're not quality, you need to check it yourself. Maybe you're not quality. Because birds of a feather flock together. So listen, you have vision, okay? Clear vision. Where are you going in life? Okay. Number 2, you have develop and just really pay attention to your mental health. The number 3, outside of that, you have develop quality relationships. Here's the next one. And you're not going to like it. But number 4 is you got to fail. I want you to fail at something. I want you to go out there and just suck at something. I want you to go out there and say, you know what? I don't know what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna try it anyways. You know, I want you to do it. When I first started this YouTube channel, we sucked. We weren't getting no views. People weren't looking at me. When I first got on the stage and preached my first sermon, it was horrible. It was horrible. When I got my first job, oh man, it was just bad. It was just bad. But everything that I failed at taught me something. And so today I'm the man I am because I can look back at the things that I failed at. This generation of young people, we want to just be owners and entrepreneurs and just rise to the top, but we don't want to go through the proper steps to get there. I was talking to my mentor, Dave Ramsey, the other day on the show, and I was like, Dave, talk to these young entrepreneurs or these young people in their 20s and 30s who want to start a business. He was like, go fail at something. He said, you know how many mistakes I've made here at Ramsey Solutions? You know how many more mistakes I have to make before I get to run a $1 billion organization? I'm not scared to fail because every time I fail, I learned. And every time I learn, I improve. When I improve, I grow. Fail, learn, improve, and grow. If you ain't failing at something, you ain't going nowhere. If your friends are not failing at something, y'all ain't going nowhere. And that's one thing I love about quality relationships. I don't mean to go back, but every time we get around a circle and if we fail at something, we bring it to the table. One of my boys were crying. I'm gonna be real with you. I failed at a relationship. I was engaged and I went around that circle and I cried. And the very first question they asked me, what did you learn from the relationship? Check this out. Not about her, but about yourself that you won't bring to the next relationship. I failed, I learned, I improved, and I'm still improving. And because I'm still improving, I'm growing. But I can't grow without failing. Fail at something. Number 5, you'll like this one, I promise. I want you to start investing, you guys. I want you to start investing because here's the thing. I've learned that when you really follow the process that we teach here at Ramsey Solutions, and especially me, that I'm teaching to young people, that if you get out of debt, okay, if you set aside 3 to 6 months of expenses in emergency fund and you start investing early on, you will be a millionaire just from your investing. Not about your income, not about your mortgage, just from investing. Studies have shown that by Bank of America, a surprising 16% of millennials between the ages of 23 and 27 have at least $100,000 saved and invested for their retirement. 16%. How come? Or maybe you are, but the majority of you all watching right now are not in that number. You're not in the 16%, but I'm pretty sure you want to be in the 16%. What do we got to do, Anthony? Let me tell you what you got to do. If you're going to save and invest, you got to stop spending and wasting money. If you're going to save and invest, you got to take back the Gucci bag. If you're going to save and invest, you got to tell yourself no. Every single morning when you wake up, you got to tell yourself, nope, not today. Anthony, can't do it today. I'm not going to do it today. You know what? I'm going to eat at home. I'm not going to go to McDonald's. I'm not going out to the bar. I'm not going out with my friends. I'm going to take this $100 I was going to drop this weekend. I'm going to drop that into my Roth IRA. I'm going to invest that into a growth stock mutual fund. And I'm going to keep doing that every single month. The new Jordans just dropped. I'm not doing it. The new Gucci bag, new Louis Vuitton just dropped. I'm not getting it. I'm going to invest into my future so that my future self can tell my past self, thank you. I met a young kid, man. Young kid, 26 years old, already has $285,000 in his investments. $285,000 in his investments, saved for his future. Do you know where he's going to be at 45, 55 years old? That's a couple of $1 million. So here's the thing. Anthony, what do I do? How do I invest? Okay. Easy. It's an easy thing. Here's the very first thing I want you to do. Before you start investing, the number one person you can invest into is yourself. Get yourself out of debt, all of your debt, excluding your mortgage if you have a mortgage. Okay, use a debt snowball. And this is going to be in the PDF that we're going to send you. Text 20 things to 33789. Once you get out of debt, I want you to invest 3 to 6 months into a fully funded emergency fund. And this emergency fund should be parked in a money market account or an online high yielded savings account. Okay. Once you do that, you're going to go over there. You're going to invest 15% into a 401k and a Roth IRA. Okay. That's how you do it. A 401k, preferably a Roth 401k, and into a Roth IRA, invested into a growth stock mutual fund. I want you to speak to one of our Smart Investor Pros. I'll drop that below because it's very, very important. Very, very important. If you're in the 20s and you're watching this and you start investing $100 a month right now, by the time you turn 45, 55 years old, you'll have $1 million. So if you're in the 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, so about 55, 60 years old, you'll have $1 million just in that account. We're not talking about your net worth that includes your mortgage or any other businesses that you may have. No, just from doing the basic stuff, you'll have 7 figures. All right. So listen, I covered 5 things, just 5 simple things. And these are not the most important, but they're very important. But there are 20 things that I believe that if someone would have said, hey, Anthony, here are 20 things you need to be doing over the next 20 years between now and 40 years old, between now and before you turn 40. And if you do these things, you will be successful. I will be a lot further in life if someone would have gave me this list. So I don't want you to play with it. If you're serious about your future, if you're serious about your life, I want you to text 20 things to 33789 right now. And then number 2, I want you to share this video with someone. I want you to share this with someone who's in their 20s and or their 30s. Because this right here is going to set them up. You will be the first millionaire in your family. You will be the first entrepreneur in your family. You will leave wealth, land, businesses, you name it, to your kids, not just your kids, to your kids' kids. You will be financially successful and financially free. And if you look at my face right now, you see the seriousness. It's because I'm sick and tired of seeing millennials struggling. I'm sick and tired of seeing them having to work 2-3 jobs just to survive. Not because they're trying to grind and get ahead, but no, they're just trying to live. I'm sick and tired of it. So I came up with this list to help you out. We're talking about money. We're talking about dating. We're talking about starting a business. We're talking about you. That's what we're doing. We're talking about you. So no guest today. Nah. You're the guest. You're the VIP guest. Because I love you. And I wish I was watching someone like me 15 years ago. As a matter of fact, I want you to share this with someone who just graduated high school. So you know what? You're not 20 yet. You got 2 more years. If you start this process now, you'll be ahead of me. But I think the most important thing that you need to do right now is when you get done with this video, cut off your computer, put your phone on silent, cut off the lights in your room, and lay back and think about what is your vision. And your vision is, I want to get out of debt. That's a whack vision. Why do you want to get out of debt? When you answer that question, why do you want to do that? When I think about my vision, sometimes it brings tears to my eyes. When I think about why I'm doing the things I'm doing right now, boy, some people laugh at me. But you know what? I'm going to laugh too. I'm going to be smiling too. When I'm on my deathbed and I'm looking up at my kids and at my wife, and I'm smiling because I know I'm transitioning to heaven. And because of decisions I made in my early 30s, I'm able to leave my family with something. Not debt, not bills, not just benefits, but with financial peace, with joy, with freedom, with land, with wealth. So, it's your boy. This is another kind of show today. But this is what we do here at the table. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it relevant. We're going to keep it relatable. And today I think it was more real. Okay? So it's your boy, Anthony O'Neill. I'll see you next week. Peace out.